Complete concept on rounding decimal numbers. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we will consider many questions based on rounding of decimal numbers. Let me thank all the viewers and subscribers for watching my videos and posting this request. So we will try to understand how do we round a number which is like 12.3456 to tenths, hundreds and thousands. We'll understand the place value chart to do the same. Once that has been clear, then we'll take up many practice questions for you. Here are 10 questions where we are going to focus on how do we round the numbers to nearest tenths. So these are the 10 questions which we are going to do. I'll explain you how do we do that and leave some for you to do. Then we'll take up rounding to hundredths place. Again, a set of 10 questions. Now these can be good practice questions for you also. You can pause the video at this stage, answer these questions, and at the end of the video, you can look into their solutions and the strategy to be followed. And here are 10 questions for rounding to nearest thousands, right? So that is what we are going to take up. Once you understand this rounding, then we'll have two questions for you. Question number 1 is again taking up a number and rounding it to different decimal places using the place value chart. So you have a clear vision of what exactly you're going to do. Once you have clear concepts, apply these concepts to reinforce your learnings and then master the rounding of numbers by ending with this test. So I hope you find this exercise very useful. Feel free to write your comments, and in case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given or contact us on our website. Many of my students are right there on top of their class getting awards and scholarships like Akshit.
After attending university. The winner of this year's Certificate of Achievement Schulich Leader Award is Akshit Kandivani.
Great. Our student Akshit gets highest marks and the most prestigious Schulich Leader Award. You can be there. Join our classes and excel. Now, let us look into the understanding of rounding of decimal numbers. So let's begin with a very interesting number. We will round 12.3456. See how I read the number, 12 point. So when decimal is there, we are saying point. And we could say 12 decimal. 3456. I did not say 3456. The numbers after decimal, they are normally spelled out as I'm saying, 3456. Okay. Now, the exercise here is to round this number 12.3456 to nearest tenths, hundreds and thousands. Let's see how do we do it. So let us first write down the number on a place value chart. So 1, 2, that 12, 1 is in tens place, 2 is in ones place. We could write this as 12 point, right, decimal, 3, 4, 5, 6, correct? As you can see, numbers after decimal, they are like base 10 model, right? 1 over 10. So 1 over 10 is called tenths, and therefore 3 is in tenths place. 4 is in hundredths place because you get to 4. 0.04, think like this, is 4 divided by 100, right? And in expanded form, you write 5 in this position as 5 thousandths, right? This is 5 thousandths means 1 over 1000. So that is your thousandths place. And after that, we have 10 thousandths place, correct? So the number here 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 is actually up to the 10,000th place. We'll see how do we round it to tens. Rounding to tens really means that our number will finish at this point, correct? So what we really do is we check the number, what is after that point, right? So if you have to round to nearest tens, so let's focus on rounding to nearest tens, right? Rounding to nearest tens means look at the number. Before tens place, before 3, the numbers will remain same. So we can write that as 12 point, right? Now the question is, what happens to the number in tens place? Will it remain same or will it be increased by 1? So there is always one question, right? So for that, you check the number to the right side of this. So check number to the lower place. Lower place to this is right here, correct? If 5 or more, round higher. But this number is 4, which is lower than 5. And therefore, we will not round it higher, but we'll write it same. So it will be 3. You get the idea. So this number, 12.3, is rounded to 10th place for the number 12.3456. Get the idea, right? Now, let us do the second rounding, which is rounding to hundreds. Now, hundreds is a position which is right there, right? So, numbers before hundreds will remain the same, right? So, here we'll get 12.3. Now, we have to see what happens to the number at hundreds place, which is 4. It could be 4 or 1 more. How do we decide? We check the number which is next to this number. 5 or more, right? 5 or more, round higher. Means 4 becomes 5. You get the idea. So that is how we do rounding. To round a number to a given place, we check the number at a place value which is 1 lower on the right hand side, correct? And if it is 5 or more, we round higher. Otherwise, we leave it as such. The next number, can you do that? So you can pause the video and then try this out. Check with my solution. Thousands place. Thousands place means we're looking to finish the number at this point. So to check that out, we will check the number which is 1 place lower, 10,000 place, which is 6. Since it is 6, it will go 1 unit higher, correct? So 5 will now become 6, 1 more than 5, and rest of the numbers will be copied as such. Does it make sense to you, right? So that is how we could round a number to different decimal places, right? So 12.3 is to the 10th place, 12.35 is rounded to hundredths place, 12.346 is rounded to thousandths place. Perfect. So now let us practice. To practice, we have 10 questions for you and will type 1, round the numbers to nearest tens, right? So tens is the first decimal place after words, right? On the right side of decimal. So the first one is 45.67. Rounding to tens means the number 6 will not change or remain the same depending on what is the number on the right side. So number on the hundredths place is what you have to check. So I have highlighted that in red, right? So check the number in hundredths place. If 5 or more, round higher. Now since that is 7, 6 will be rounded higher to 7. So we get 45.7. Is that clear to you? Next, 1.245. We have to round the number to nearest tens, so 2 may change or remain same. If the number next to 2 is 5 or more, it increases by 1. Here, the number next to 2 is 4, so it does not change. It became 1.2, rounded to the 10th place, correct? I'll do one here for you. 5.431. We'll check the number which is on the hundredths place. 3. Since 3 is lower than 5, number 5.4 remains same. So we'll write this as 5.4 and that is rounded to tens place. Is that clear to you? Perfect. Similarly, you will continue. Now, question number 4 is interesting. We have only one number after decimal, and that is 0, and the tens place. Nothing after that. Assume it is 0. So it remains exactly same. So this will be 765.0 itself. You get the idea. Can you now try the others? Perfect. Make an attempt. I'll just pause for few seconds for giving you time. Perfect. Now, 67.89. We have to round to tens place, which is, we are looking at 8. 8 will become 8 or 9 depending on what is next to it. The number next to it is 5 more than 5, right? 9. So it will round higher, and therefore this will be 67.9. Perfect. So that is how the rounding goes. Now question number 7, 34.96. Now if I am going to check the number which is after the 10th place, that is the number 6, it is more than 5, and therefore 9 will become 10. But how do I write 10? That's a big question. See, 34.9, what comes after that? 35.0. You get an idea, right? So this becomes 35.0. This is slightly tricky, correct? So think like 34.9 plus 0.1, because 1 higher than 9, right? So what do you get? You get 35.0. So many students might do mistake here, but that is how it should be seen, correct? Let's continue. Rounding 3.078 to tens place means you are looking at 3 point something, and that place will be now one more than given because 7 is in hundredths place. So it will be 3.1, correct? Next number, 45.03. Now 3 is smaller than 5, and therefore the number will be 45.0. The last one is 999.9. You're rounding to the nearest tens, and this number remains same because the 10th place is 9 and nothing after that, correct? If nothing after that, assume 0. Is that clear to you, right? So that remains exactly same. So we have 999.9 as our answer. Do you see how we rounded all these numbers to the nearest tens? Perfect. So I hope you have understood this concept. So rounding tens is perfectly fine. Let's move on and see how do we round decimal numbers to nearest hundreds. So if you have to round to the hundredths place, in that case we have to check the number 1 right, which is thousandths place, correct? If 5 or more, round higher. So hundredths place, first number 3.4567. We will round till hundredths place. We'll check the number at the thousandths place, marked 6 in red. Since it is more than 5 or more, we'll make it 3.46. We'll round higher. You see that? The next number, rounding to hundreds. The number on the thousandth place is 3, which is below 5, and therefore the numbers on the left of that will remain exactly same, giving us 23.12, right? Next, rounding to hundreds, we are checking the number in the thousandths place, which is 1, right? Which is lower than 5, correct? Since it is lower than 5, what are we going to do? We'll leave it as such. And so the number will be 5.43, correct? Does make sense? So let us round them all to hundredths place. So now you can do it and then check with my solutions. 17.95. We are rounding to this number. On the right, it is 0. So it remains at 17.95, right? Now, there's nothing after that, correct? But we have to write to hundredths place. So we'll write 2 zeros there, 6789.00. When you're rounding to hundredths place, your number has to end at hundredths place. So you have to add zeros this time. Do you see how tricky it is, right? I hope you got the concept. Next one, 496. Rounding to hundreds place, number on the right is 6, which is more than 5. So it will become 49 plus next number 50, right? 50. So that is how that gets rounded. Slightly tricky, right? 3.078 will become 3.08. 4.50 will remain as 5.40, 89.99. Rounding to hundreds, 9 is in hundreds place, it will be exactly same. Perfect. Next is rounding to thousands place. So thousands place value in the very first number, 2.2345. 4 is in thousands place. To round it to thousands place, we have to check the number on the 10,000s place, which is 5. Correct? So the whole exercise is to round the numbers to thousands place, check the number at 10,000s place. If 5 or more, round higher. Perfect. So you can do this. So first one done for you, second also done for you. So if the number is 5 or more, you round the number higher, 4 becomes 5. Correct? If the number is less than 5, it remains same. So 6.541 remains at 6.541. Correct? So what are you doing? You are checking the number in the 10,000s place, right? So you're checking this number. You're checking the number in 10,000s place. Do you see that? Here 10,000s place, no number is there. Do you see that? These are the numbers which I am highlighting, which are at 10,000s place. You have to check these numbers highlighted. If they are 5 or more, the number on the left is increased by 1. Otherwise, they remain the same. So once we have done this checking, we can write down the answers. It will be 3.543, exactly same. 7.650, exactly same. 65.789, exactly same, because the number is already rounded to thousands place. 32.496, exactly same. But here, the number on the 10,000s place is 5 or more, 8. So we'll round it higher by 1. And so it becomes 008. And then we have 60. So 0 will drop and we have 10.45. And that 0 will become 1 because the number is 6 more than 4, right? Now here, we're checking the number 8, which is 5 or more. Yes, it is. So 9 will become 10, and this time it will be 9.010. You see that? So that is how we are going to round these numbers to the thousands place. So I hope the concept is absolutely clear. So for you, practice test questions. The very first one is similar to what we did just now. So you have to round the number 45692.752 to different places as mentioned. Round to tens, hundreds, and thousands. Perfect. And the next one, we have mix and match, right? So here, round to the indicated place value. The place value is given right there in the brackets. So you have to write 9853.65, round it to ones, right? Ones means this place, before decimal, right? Check the number in the tens place. In this case, it is higher. So 3 will become 4. Now rounding to hundreds means you have to round up to that point. Check the number at the thousands place and do the needful. Likewise, do rest of the questions. I hope you found it interesting and useful. Perfect. Feel free to write your comments. At length, we have discussed rounding or decimal numbers, and I hope it helps many of you. Feel free to write your comments and share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, it'd be great. And in case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given. Thanks for your time and all the best.